मैं हूं तनया एंड वेलकम टू माय पॉडकास्ट हसल है, जहां हम बात करते हैं अलग अलग करियर्स के बारे में कि इट्स इजी फॉर यू टू नेविगेट योर पाथ एंड लर्न थ्रू अदर पीपल्स जर्नीज। हम हमेशा ही हाई पेइंग जॉब्स और बड़े बड़े पैकेजेस के बारे में बात करते हैं, बट कहीं ना कहीं हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि वी शुड बी रूटेड। हमने सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ये टर्म कहीं ना कहीं सुना होगा, मे बी ऑन द इंटरनेट और ऑन टेक्स्ट बुक्स। सो टू टॉक मोर अबाउट अ करियर इन सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, please welcome Ruchita Thakur. Hi Ruchita, welcome to Hustle Hai.
Thank you so much, Tanya.
So Ruchita is a social entrepreneur and she works at community radio station Radio Vishwas 90.8 Maharashtra Nashik. Hi Ruchita. So the first question I want to ask you right now is like, what do you exactly mean by social entrepreneurship?
No, definitely this term has been a lot in trend these days, I must say. And social entrepreneurship refers to an entrepreneur who is obviously working on a startup which has its financial benefits, but also creating a social impact through the startup they are doing. So it has to be based on a social initiative or targeting towards social needs.
Okay, like that's what social entrepreneurship is all about. So, as we said, like you work at a community radio. So, what is the difference between a community radio and a commercial radio? Because हम confuse हो जाते हैं कि like all radio तो same ही है. तो what is the difference?
No, definitely, because there are so many radio channels these days, and whenever you tune in, there are, back to back, you're tuning in, and you really don't understand which station it is. And it's definitely important, and through this podcast, to highlight the work community radios have been doing. And coming back to your question, there are three types of radios. So, one is All India Radio, which is Akashvani. Second level is the commercial radio stations, which we call as FM stations. And third are community radio stations who are targeted towards the local needs of the people. So in one line, if I have to describe, it is लोगों ने लोगों द्वारा चलाया हुआ प्लेटफॉर्म. और बेसिकली ये प्लेटफॉर्म उन लोगों के लिए है जो ग्रास रूट लेवल पे काम कर रहे हैं और जिन्हें कोई प्लेटफॉर्म मिल नहीं रहा है टू शोकेस देयर टैलेंट. सो दैट इज वेयर कम्युनिटी रेडियोज कमिंग टू पिक्चर, वेयर दे बेसिकली वर्क टुवर्ड्स द लोकल नीड्स ऑफ देयर कम्युनिटी.
Basically like democracy for the people, by the people, and of the
Exactly.
people. And like I'm more interested in your journey, like how did you end up in a community radio? What was your motivation behind social work?
No, so definitely, and I would say I'm very privileged because my father started this platform 12 years ago, and I was very fortunate enough to be a part of it. We also have a cooperative bank in Nashik, which is again working towards the social needs and working for the people who are not able to afford loans at a higher interest rate. And talking about me, I am a localite from Nashik, born and brought up here. I went to Kodaikanal International School to pursue the International Baccalaureate program in my 11th and 12th grade. Then I studied International Business Management, so I've traveled in 3 to 4 countries. So I was in the US, I was in the Dubai, then I went to Scotland, and then I graduated from King's College London, where I did my master's in human resource management. So basically social work was always in my blood because I have seen my father since I was a child, working for others and helping others who are in need, of course. And just one fine day during COVID, I thought that I have this platform, so let me be an intern, of course, and let me just try it out, let me just learn, and then I feel rest is history, and now I'm completely into it and I'm just enjoying what I'm doing.
So you went behind your father's path. So like how was your journey? Was it always easy or you had some challenges, and how did you overcome all of it?
No, definitely these days this term nepotism is very,
Yeah.
very, I would say, people have been talking about it a lot, and especially the Gen Zs and the whole social media over it. But I feel that you don't choose to be born to someone, right? That is not
Yes.
something in your hands. And I have seen my parents working really hard to build what they have built, and I don't think there's anything wrong in taking that up or getting involved in something which they've built with so much of hard work and love, and who else better than their daughter to take that up, so definitely. And I feel, of course, being a privileged child, you it's easier for you to get that platform, but to sustain that platform, it is definitely in your hands. That is not something which your father or whoever has built this, they are going to help you. So it is again your hard work, your talent, your dedication, what it has to take that up. So definitely, and I'm really working what I'm doing, and there are challenges, everybody has to go through it, but I feel that is life.
So, like, even if you have inherited it, you have to work hard
Exactly,
for it.
exactly.
And I like to know more about what role does community radio plays, like Radio Vishwas does. What role does it plays in bringing social change, and how can someone get in contact with community radios?
Yeah, you will be surprised to know there are 465 community radios across India. So
Damn.
basically, there are community radios in every state of India, and they are doing an exceptional job. Basically, you can say we are underdogs, not very much in front of being in the media sector, but still not in,
Yeah,
you're
not
not
like
on the front
highlighted.
page or highlighted anywhere. And talking about Radio Vishwas, since I mentioned we've been working from the past 12 years, and it is the first community radio station of Nasik.
Wow.
And there are two, you can say, faces to community radio. One, obviously, broadcasting, but the second part, which people don't know, is the narrowcasting. So, whatever content we build on the radio, that has to go to your community. So, that is again working for the people at the
Grass.
grassroots. So, talking about Radio Vishwas, we have 50 programs running weekly. Radio Vishwas is heard in 21 countries now, being a
Wow.
community radio, because we have an app. And our USP is we do only community based programming. There is not like a lot of RJ speaking back to back. It is very focused on content. That's why people like it. And I would say that we are where now people are saying we are, हम थोड़ा सा कल्चर से दूर जा रहे हैं, बट कई जो इंडियन कल्चर को जोड़ कर या उसे पकड़ कर हम लोग प्रोग्राम्स कर रहे हैं. सो आई फील पीपल are really enjoying that. And coming to the narrowcasting bit of it, where it is to work to the community, going to the community, we are working on various projects in 55 slum areas of Nasik, and again in and around tribal areas of Nasik. Now we are working on recently on domestic violence. We have a project going on child marriage. We are working towards women empowerment. We partner with many UN based organizations like UNICEF, UNESCO, WHO. So this is the kind of social programs or social initiatives we are taking up for our community through Radio Vishwas.
That's actually really impressive. So, for someone who wants to bring social change, what qualities do you recommend them developing?
No, I feel that everybody has that quality. You just have to channelize it. It is very important. And you don't have to necessarily have a community radio or an NGO to do that. Basically, you can start it from your own house itself. I feel it is very, just take a basic example, the maids or the house helps which we have at home. Basically, smiling at them, saying thank you to them, or, helping out with things which they are not privileged enough to do it, or if they can afford, you can pitch in to doing that. So I feel that social work or that humility that begins from your own house. And again, doing a career in this, it's a great career path, because you get to meet so many different people every day, and you get the best good night's sleep, I would say, because there are people, because you're making a change in somebody's life, and that is the biggest blessing you get when you're making a change in somebody's life. But people are, I feel, in this field who opt for masters in social work and MSW, they expect that immediately they'll get a very high salary, or they'll have to just sit on the table, and that's, the kind of glamorize it has. But I would say that be ready to work for the society, and for that you have to be on field, and it's very important to understand what the people are going through at that level. You have to get to them, and getting to them requires a lot of sensitivity and hard work and dedication.
That's the qualities we basically need. And like, what keeps you motivated in this job? Like, the feeling like, yeah, this is why I'm doing this. Any moments like that?
No, there are definitely many moments in that. And basically, I started this before I worked with Samsonite for a year in their CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility Department, where they were working in the tribal area of Igatpuri, which is right outside Nasik. And they were working with the Jilla Parishad schools over there. And that is where I realized that the life, which is just 30 minutes away from my house, is so different, and the people who are there are struggling for basic needs, maybe the education, how home, or you can say water scarcity. So there were so many problems these tribal communities were facing, and that's where I decided to be a part of them. And there are definitely many moments like this. So I mentioned we are working on domestic violence these days, and it's a huge topic here in India. Wherever you go, people are, I won't get much into a depth of it, but I would definitely like to share something. So there was this girl, we were working in this area, and there was this girl whose husband beat her up with scissors. So he had literally stabbed her, very disturbing, he had stabbed her in her head, and lived in slums. Parents are not so financially well off, got married off very early in her age, and we came across her, and I'm so glad that we had that power to help her, and that is where community radio comes into picture. And now, with the help of many free legal aids and other legal system, we have managed to help her, and she's going to get out of it in the coming 2 or 3 months after so many years of pain and whatever she was struggling through. So I feel this is the kind of work as we as community radios do, and which gives us a very peaceful sleep at night.
Yeah, that's a really like a grateful moment that we are able to do this kind of things, and that's really a good night of sleep.
Yeah.
And let's play a little rapid fire round to
Definitely,
make
definitely,
things interesting.
definitely.
So your first question is like, what was your dream job as a child?
No, I don't think I ever had a dream job. I was a very confused child.
Okay,
Yeah,
I mean that's accepted.
yeah.
And like, what is the best career advice you have ever received?
Just love what you do. That is very important.
That's great to know. And like, what is one career advice that you would like to give everyone?
No, I think just do whatever you like. Just don't get into the cohort of, going towards one career path. Just follow your passion and whatever you like, I feel.
So, lastly, to end this thing, like, what one advice you would like to give us to our listeners who want to bring a change in the society?
Just don't forget to be kind, humble, and loving towards people.
Thank you so much, Rucha. This was a really interesting episode. Your journey was really inspiring. We are so glad we could have you here on Hustle today.
No, thank you so much. It was lovely meeting your team, and a great opportunity, and looking forward to everything, and all the best to you all.
Thank you so much. That's it, folks. Here is your dose of career gyan at Hustle. And if you're feeling inspired to bring change in society and turn your passion into purpose, there are endless chances for you to do that. So, if you want to know more about such exciting career journeys, यार हमें follow कर दो on YouTube, Instagram and Spotify. See you in the next episode. Till then, keep hustling, keep inspiring.